Hello friends, welcome back to my Caliente kitchen. Well, today I'm very excited because we're gonna talk everything about canned foods. So I have partnered with Cans Get You Cooking to share with you today's Caliente's topic, the top 3 reasons why you should be eating more canned foods. I can't wait. Also, I'm gonna share with you 2 delicious recipes. The first dish recipe actually is so good. I made a fire roasted corn tomato chicken sausage bowl, and my yummy delicious dessert is cinnamon spice baked fruit. You are going to simply love these recipes. So according to the CDC, only 1 out of 10 adults is eating enough fruits and vegetables. If you tell me, this sounds like a sad statistic. We're not eating enough fruits and vegetables. And here's my reason number 1 why you should be eating more canned foods and why I love canned foods. Well, canned foods can help you eat healthier. They're convenient, and when people incorporate canned produce into their diet, they tend to eat more fruits and vegetables, helping them meet the 2 to 3 cups of fruits and vegetables a day. That is why is my number 1 reason, because it helps you eat more fruits and vegetables. All right, are you ready for the first recipe? So let's make now the fire roasted corn tomato chicken sausage bowl. For this recipe, I'm using canned corn, canned beans, and canned tomatoes. Amazing stuff. All right, so now I have here chicken sausage that already have been browning, by the way, and you brown it for about 4 minutes. Then I'm gonna add actually onions. We're gonna create a little saute here, and and then we're gonna cook these for another 2-3 minutes. But I'm gonna since we're doing this live now, continue adding the ingredients. We're gonna add some celery. We have that here. Good, very good. And then we're gonna add some bell peppers as well. And while this is cooking, I'm gonna tell you my second reason. Now, my second reason why I recommend eating more canned foods is because canned foods are sustainable. And guess what? They provide year-round seasonal fruits and vegetables, because access to seasonal fruits and vegetables, because they protect them from food spoilage and keep food safe. And as you know, canned foods have a long shelf life, and when something has a long shelf life in your home, you go to the supermarket less times, especially during these stressful and uncertain times. All right, this is cooking and sauteing things really nice. I'm gonna raise up the heat here. All right, so now we're going to add, let's add actually the fire roasted corn. So fire roasted corn, you can use canned fire roasted corn, or you can use just regular corn, canned corn, and roast your corn yourself. Now let me tell you how I did this. Super simple. I just put my canned corn in a skillet with a little bit of oil, a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of oil, and pour the drain and dry corn. And it takes about 8 to 10 minutes, a high heat, and then you roast them on your skillet. Super easy. You can also use the oven. Now, if you do not have any corn in the house, you can add more beans or any other vegetable. This recipe is versatile, but I love corn, so I like to add corn, and it's lovely. So again, give you different ideas on how to make this recipe. Now this is cooking, and I love that. All right, so now let me add the corn, since we already talked about the corn. There you go. I mean, it has so much color, so much fiber. I love this recipe, and the taste is incredible. All right. So here's another great fact about canned foods. Canned food has similar nutritional profile, or even better at times, than fresh or frozen foods. Why is that? Well, For example, canned tomatoes contain more of the anti-inflammatory antioxidant lycopene. The canning process makes this phytonutrient more active, and therefore you find more of this phytonutrient in canned tomatoes. I have to tell you that I visit the tomato fields and I see them harvest the tomatoes, the fresh tomatoes, right at their peak of their season when the taste is the best, and they're canned within 4 hours. It's fast. Therefore, locking in the nutrition, those valuable nutrients, and most important, the taste, and then of course it's great quality. So let's add some roasted, this is roasted canned tomatoes. All right, I'm gonna put this here to the side. All right, so this says keep cooking there, looking so good. And as you know, I always promote cooking more at home, always. I love when people cook more at home for many reasons. I mean, you control your ingredients, you control your portion sizes, you know exactly what you're eating, correct? And this is why my third reason why I love and promote and I tell you to eat more canned foods is because canned foods can help you with meal preparation. Now, canned foods come already pre-portioned. You can use to make single servings or cook for the entire family. Like this recipe that I'm making here serves 6 people and the serving size is 1.5 cups. I'm telling you, it's quite nice. Now, obviously using canned foods too helps you save you time. Why is that? You chop less, you wash less, there's less messy in the kitchen, and providing you with more time for you. Yes, me time. And what are you going to do with this extra time? Well, you can do what you like. Spend more time with your family, exercise, or play the hobby that you always like. So you spend less time in the kitchen, cooking, preparing, washing. A lot of people don't like the cooking part because the washing or the cleaning part is what makes it. People, they don't like all the post cleaning that they need to do. All right, we're going to add the canned beans now. And now how I'm going to season this delicious dish, I'm going to actually use now some chili paste. Now I use ají chili paste. This is from Peru. I'm Peruvian, so I always have ají chili paste. But if you don't have ají chili paste at home, by the way, you can find this in any Latino supermarket. You can always use any chili paste. This gives it a little nice kick. And then we have garlic powder. We have cumin, of course. This is a Latino taste right there. Black pepper, and we have sea salt. And I'm sure they're showing you the recipe card so you can see the actual amounts. This is quite nice. All right. And then, as you know, if you see my recipes, what this is lacking, if you know, write it down. Of course, we're lacking cilantro. Cilantrito. I love my cilantro. We're gonna add some cilantro at the end, and I'm telling you, this is a recipe that you are gonna wanna make because your entire family is gonna love. It's comforting, and you're gonna wanna keep making this recipe. Now, of course, this recipe is perfect for the holidays. As you know, we have a great holiday coming up soon, Thanksgiving. Why not make this recipe for Thanksgiving? You may simply love it and you'll impress your family. All right, so now I'm gonna give you a bonus recipe. I baked canned fruit. I use peaches, nectarines, pineapple, mango. What else I have in here? Pear. Very nice. A sprinkle brown sugar and cinnamon, and bake this for 45 minutes. I'm gonna taste. It's delicious. This is another great nutritious dessert, and just using canned fruit. And I bought all the canned fruit with their own juices. Very nice, quite light tasting, very delicious. All right, so now the best part. Let's taste the recipes. I'm gonna turn the heat here down. but I already made the recipe here. So I'm gonna taste from here. This is the chicken sausage with corn. Excellent. And now I'm gonna actually put a little bit of this baked fruit here and see what this tastes like. Wow. It's like eating pie without the crust. Super nice. I would highly recommend you make these recipes. If you want more information about canned foods and more recipes, visit cansgetyoucooking.com. Remember, cansgetyoucooking.com. Well, I hope you have enjoyed today's caliente topic. And as you know, I am across social media. If you're watching me from YouTube, hit the subscribe button now. If you're watching me from Facebook, share the canned food love everywhere. Cans Get You Cooking. And of course, if you want to know more about myself and what I do, you can find me on Villacorta.com. All right, my friends, so happy holidays, and I highly recommend you make these two delicious recipes. Until next time.